Ask Reddit.
Managers. What is the silliest reason you have had an employee call in sick?
A friend of mine, when he was in his early 20s, called in drunk. Friend. I can't come in, I'm a pretty drunk. Boss. Oh. You're sick and can't come in? Friend. Nah. I'm just drunk. Can't make it. Boss. No, you're sick. Right? Friend. Nah man, I'm just kinda drunk boss. Okay, I'm putting you down as sick, get better soon. At least you could tell he wasn't faking. My wife could learn a thing or two from this man. Give me a second, I need to call the burn unit.
Interestingly, this is legal in New Zealand. You can call in sick for any reason if you aren't capable of working, even if it is blatantly self-inflicted. And that's good, hell of a lot safer than a drunk or viciously hungover person attempting to work. I'm a salaried worker, so mandatory unpaid overtime is a thing. Easiest way to get out of it is to say you've been drinking when someone calls you in. Man, I wish I could help with that server outage, but I'm on like my fourth rum and coke, good luck. Weren't you drinking last time too? I drink every weekend, mate. And after work every day too. They're superstitious and refuse to work on any Friday that falls on the 13th because something bad always happens to them. The same person also once told me he cut his hand on a banana. I cut my hand on a slice of bread once, so the banana thing I kind of relate to.
How?
Deliciously crispy crust. Too deliciously crispy. Dangerously deliciously crispy. I'll admit I've cut my gums before on some ridiculously crispy crusted dinner rolls. Who hasn't honestly? Like we all bleeding after a bowl of Cap'n Crunch. Not really sick, but I know you're not going to believe this. Some homeless man broke into my house last night and stole all of my pants. I will not be able to make it in today because I have to file a police report and have no pants to wear. Turned out he had gotten drunk and put all of his pants into the recycle for some reason. My sister's husband did have to use that excuse when a homeless person broke into their house and did actually steal most of his clothes, including all his suits and most of his underwear. Also made lunch out of BBQ sauce and Vienna sausages.
I'm not a manager, but I'm a floor installer, and I run my own crew from time to time. We had this one guy who is constantly complaining about how broke he is and how he needs to work so badly, and yet he just didn't ever want to actually show up. Here's a selection of my favorite of his excuses. There was a construction truck parked blocking his driveway. I thought, why not ask them to move? Someone had allegedly been messing with him and slowly letting the air out of his tires. Clearly they could possibly be leaking. They were only 5 years old. Someone had broken into his vehicle under cover of night, removed the motor that operates the windows, and replaced it with a burnt-out one on the driver's side, so now his window barely works. I mean, the car's only about 13 years old. Could be wearing out by itself. We offered this dude a full-time job with a guaranteed permanent position if he proves himself. He proved that he would rather come up with any reason to not work.
I love this. I'm dealing with a similar one at my work. They were hired as perm before I joined. I hope you didn't offer this paranoid chap a job.
He was an old friend of my father's. It's a family business, so we kept giving him opportunity after opportunity. Finally he actually came in for a full day just last week, and he did such a horrible job that my friend and I spent over 3 hours fixing his prep work before we could install anything. Instead of being done by noon, I was there till nearly 4. His excuse was legendary. Someone had broken into the job site, sneaking past security, removed all of the prep he had done, and redid it in the most amateur way possible. Seriously. I have pictures. And then removed the stairs he had installed the carpet on, pulled all that prep off, fucked it up, and then reinstalled the stairs badly in a matter of around 7 hours, because that's how long my father had been away from the job site without this fucking idiot to sabotage his chances of being on our crew. He suggested we call the police immediately. So yeah, he won't be back.
I've got back pain because I fell off the back of a motorcycle. That's fine mate, come in when you're well. The doctor said it could be the motorcycle. Or it could be my office chair. Okay, well, if we're waiting on the results from the blood test. You're taking a blood test to see if your back pain is from sitting in an old chair or failing off a motorcycle? Yes. He just kept going until it was obvious he was lying. He had to keep going? You didn't already realize? It can be fun to allow someone to talk themselves into obvious guilt. Many times if people like this just shut their mouths, they might find they'd get away with things more. Elaborate stories almost always mean someone's lying or covering something up. This doesn't count because I ended up going in. Not proud of it, but my boss and I got a hearty laugh. I was a landscaper back in my later teens. I had gotten drunk the night before with my buddies because the forecast said tons of rain in the morning. I get home and pass out, get a phone call in morning from my boss asking where I was. Nearly comatose, I say, "It's raining, isn't it?" He laughs and says, "Get to work." I told him my night and my thought process. He laughed even harder. It was a good day with a hangover as well. The good old tomorrow's gonna be a rain day anyway, I'm getting wasted. Issue. I've worked construction for my entire career, and every time I decide to drink because it's supposed to rain the next day, it ends up being a work day. It's a lesson you learn when you're young, haha. Nothing like working though, still being drunk from the night before and sweating alcohol out your pores all morning. Was a nighttime manager for a fast food place. During my first week I had one of my people that helped close call in 3 times one night to call off. Call number 1. Me. Hello? Girl. Hey, I can't come in tonight, I don't think I have a ride-in. Me. Her sister works the same shift and is able to drive the car and is due to work that night too, so is your sister not coming in either? Girl. Yes, but I can't. Me. Okay, no problem, we'll make it work. Call 2. Literally an hour later. Me. Hello? Girl. Hey, I can't come in tonight. I can't find any pants to wear with my uniform. Starts sobbing loudly into the phone. Me. It's okay, don't worry about it. Girl. Screams at the top of her lungs, I just want to find my pants. Call 3. About 3 hours into shift and her sister is there working. Me. Hello? Girl. Hey, I forgot to call to say I can't make it in. Me. Okay, well your shift started 3 hours ago, but it's okay, we aren't busy. Girl. I swear I'll make it up to you. Maybe we can go get a drink after you get out tonight. Me. Thinking what the fuck is going on here? No, that's okay, just make sure it doesn't become a habit. Girl. It won't. Speaking with the girl's sister, I found out she had gone out with friends and was already at the bar. After we closed I decided to go to the bar I know she frequents. As soon as I walk in she greets me, says she is buying me a beer, and said she was sorry she didn't show up. She was gone. The bartender asked if I was there to pick her up and take her home, because if not he was going to call someone else to take her. I took her home, man. As soon as we pulled in her driveway she freaks out, gets out of the car, runs up to her front door and can't get it open. The girl's mom answers the frantic pounding and sees me standing there. The mom? You have got to be kidding me again? Apparently this happened a lot with the last nighttime manager, but they would go back to his place and he would sleep with her, and in exchange, he would fudge her hours to make it look like she was working. Needless to say, she ended up fired. And the sister left due to going off to college. Well, that was a wild ride. She must have been too. Me, as an employee. Called into the office and had to explain that I would be very late. A flock of starlings had gotten into a patch of berries and shat all over my car. It was bad enough I had to wash the windshield before I could drive. My boss, probably thinking bullshit, nope, bird shit, drives to my house and sees me scrubbing the windows, stops, pauses, laughs hysterically, then drives away. I didn't have time to wash the car until later that day. It was horrible. What kind of psycho boss leaves work to drive past an employee's house to check up on a call in late excuse? That is some high-level bad management. And some scary stalking. I had actually known the guy since I was a kid and lived less than a mile away from our office. The laughter was a bit insulting though. Damn. Least he could have done is offer you a ride to work.